why and when did you start looking into spirituality for yourself?
So I had some spiritual events happen to me as I was growing up. And there were ones that I couldn't understand, I couldn't explain. And so I was already feeling, and I had already known that there was more in this world than the physics of it.
Than the 3D?
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
There was more happening here than what was actually you were able to see, feel, touch, and hear, smell. Right. And so going through those couple, there were actually two very, very jarring spiritual awakenings for me that led me down the path of at least looking at it. And the other thing that was happening to me is I was suffering from addiction. So I was in a motor vehicle accident where I broke my neck, and not an excuse for the addiction, but the initial cause. Yeah. So
very common, by the way.
Yeah, I struggled for a long time, and I'm still in pain. You know what I mean? Like it's just I deal with it now. But the waking up every day with a hangover because you need to drink to make the pills work, which is where I was in my life. I knew I had to do something different. And so, yes, I was living a spiritual life, but I wasn't meditating or I wasn't doing anything. And what's funny is I picked up a book by Jen Sincero called You Are a Badass. I don't even think it's meant for dudes. I think it's a book like that she wrote for like women to be like a little bit more empowered. But it's a unisex book, right? But I read this book, and Jen Sincero, she does such an amazing job of breaking it down in plain English about how powerful we are as human beings, that our natural divinity is such that we can truly do anything we want in life. What stops us from it are limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, negative energy. And so our way through that, to transcend that, is by connecting to your source, connecting to your deeper power, and then also being radically honest, right? And so that was a shift for me, because you know how especially in entrepreneurship and sales, we tend to be okay with lies. We tend to be okay with like fudging the truth or persuasion in a way that's untrue. And that is a block. That will actually keep you from scaling, from doing the things that you should be doing in life, because the energy of a lie is a lie.
Guilt and shame,
right? It's not going to produce the larger result, the better effect,
the bigger,
right? And so I'm reading this, and I'm coming to the understanding that, oh man, like I gotta really, because like I was still at a point where it's like, if someone, say for instance, I got a deal, right? I have a deal and somebody wants to buy it, and I'm trying to get two people to like, I'm waiting for one guy. I'm waiting for one guy to like to give me more money, or like for instance this, and guys, don't ever do this, but like I tell somebody says, hey, I'll take the deal, and I'm like, yeah, it's yours, and then 20 minutes later somebody calls me and says, I'll give you 30 grand more for it. I'm like, hey man, I don't know what happened, the seller's going weird on me. Like, that's some shit that people have done to me, but I had done that myself, right? Yeah. And so like the energy of what I was doing was BS.
You're blocking bigger.
I'm blocking blessings through being unreal,
deceitful,
right? And so I had a lot of work to do. So I woke up with a hangover, and I downloaded Headspace, the meditation app, and I started there. 5 minutes. And 5 minutes, 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 all of a sudden it's 10. All of a sudden it's like, maybe I don't need to drink tonight. All of a sudden it's like, hey, you know, this pain isn't so bad. Maybe I don't need to take these pills. Hey, maybe I don't want to drink at all. Maybe
I feel really
I
good
feel
where
really
I'm
good.
at
I should
right
be
now.
working
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I should be eating a little different.
Mhm.
Like it's just like these things start to
Compound effect,
yeah. And then all of a sudden I meet Josiah and Hunter.
Mhm.
And
you start attracting
who I
good
attract
people.
these
Yeah.
two people to me who were very honest. I would have never gotten to meet Josiah and Hunter if I had been full of crap,
For sure.
because God wouldn't have put me in their path.
Yeah.
He would have.
They wouldn't have connected.
They
with
wouldn't
you.
have connected with me because they would have been like, this guy's a weirdo, a
He's a
snaky,
scumbag,
or a
yeah.
scumbag or whatever, right? And I would have been like, these guys are too square for me, you know?
Yep.
And we just wouldn't have been able to mesh,
Mhm.
right? But you get to a point where it's like you meet each other at the place because you grow.
Core
And
values.
Core values are the same. And so that's truly the spot. The spirituality it was life or death, dude.
Yeah.
I was either going to remain a piece of crap, living a piece of crap life.
Headed down a really
just
painful
a
road.
painful road,
Wow.
or I could do the work.
And the work's not easy.
No, I'm still doing it
Every day.
every day.
Every day.
Well, and here you are, man. You're doing great.
Trying, man.
You're doing a phenomenal job. I
And-
have to. I
I
have to
feel
admit.
and I feel like you're just, you know what's crazy, right? I feel like you're just beginning to live the best days of your life.
I totally agree.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I say that to say this because I feel, God willing, that we're just beginning to live the best days
Scratch
of
the
our
surface.
100%.
lives.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
I really do feel that way, and I don't know if you've seen some of my posts, but I've been very grateful. You know, I'm like, and I'm not one of those dudes where it's like things are going so well, what's gonna happen, right? I'm not. I'm like, things are going so well, man. I can't wait for them to get better.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I try to attract.
Right.
You know, because you have a lot of those people that are like, oh my God, things are going so good.
Yeah.
When's
Where-
the next
where was the
drop-off?
car accident
Yeah, you know what I
happening?
mean? No. I'm like, things are going so great. How can we make them better?
Better. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel
Car
like you're one
accidents
of those
will
people
happen.
too.
Yeah.
The things happen. You will get smacked,
Yeah.
but I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
No.
I'm
No.
never expecting
And
it.
you've
But
built
when it
tolerance.
happens, and when
Yeah.
it does happen, I'm gonna be like, okay, oh, that hurt, you
Yeah.
know, and then
Yeah.
you just kind of move on and do the thing.
You
Always
you
knowing.
do what you've always done.
Yes.
You overcome.
Persevere,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.